Hi, it's Barry Neal here. Have you ever wanted to really motivate your clients to take action? Or have you yourself known that you needed to do something or wanted to motivate yourself, but not really been able to do that? Well, this technique is a fantastic technique to help your clients be motivated to do all the sorts of things that you want them to be motivated to do. Like maybe if you're working with clients who want to lose weight, maybe you want to have them motivated to do exercise. Maybe you've got clients who are procrastinating. This technique is really, really powerful at helping people to really get motivated very, very quickly. And it's something that you can use yourself. So again, if there's something that you want to do and you kind of been hesitating or you're not quite motivated to do it, maybe like you want to shoot some YouTube videos, for example, but you haven't quite got around to it. Well, this is something that you can use to motivate yourself. Now, it does come with a proviso. Make sure that you really are congruent about the thing you're going to want to do, because this technique is really powerful and you don't want to compel yourself to do something you don't really want to do, because that just creates another problem. So this is a really powerful technique. It comes from NLP. It was originally created by Richard Bandler and it was called the Godiva Chocolate Pattern. And you might be thinking, what the hell is that? What's that got to do with anything? Well, the Godiva Chocolate Pattern, the reason it's called that is because Godiva chocolates, very expensive luxury type brand of chocolates. Many people who are certainly chocolate addicts absolutely love that particular brand of chocolate. And when they think about it, it kind of makes them want to drool. They're almost compelled to want to eat one. Now, what would it be like if you could find something that you were absolutely compelled to do and take the way you think about that one thing and then take that feeling, that compulsion, that desire to do that and have that linked to the thing you need to do or you want to do. And that's the basis of this pattern. We are going to work with what are called submodalities, which is your brain's way of encoding thoughts and memories. And we're going to take the submodalities, the feeling, the representation of something that's really, really compelling to you or to your clients, and link that into the thing you want to do. And by doing that, it encodes that representation, that internal representation of the thing you want to do into the same mental encoding of your thing you're compulsed to do, and you'll get then the same feeling when you think about doing this particular task. So it's a really powerful technique. So it can be used for any type of motivation. So step one is you want to ask your client or yourself, what is something that when you think about it, you absolutely are compelled to do? Like maybe, for example, with the chocolate, like when you think of chocolate, do you like have a, like this image in your mind of the piece of chocolate that you absolutely feel compelled to want to eat? Is there something like that? And obviously, for some people, it could be chocolate. For other people, it could be a piece of cake. It could be anything. You know, for some people, it could be sex. Whatever it is, something when they look at something and they think, "Wow, yeah, I really want that." So that it's a really compelling image. So the first step is get a motivation picture. Now, this needs to be associated. Now, what does that mean? Well, there's two ways you can think about things. You can think about things in an associated way, or you can think about things in a dissociated way. And an associated way is where you're actually in that situation. So when you think about this thing, you are there. You're in your mind, you are absolutely there in that situation. Let me give you an example, because there's two ways of thinking about it. Just imagine yourself right now, and it doesn't matter if you don't like doing this, but just imagine the situation. Imagine that you're standing on the ground, and over there in the distance, you can see yourself on a roller coaster, way over there in the distance. And you see yourself in the car on the roller coaster, and you see it going up, 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 and then it goes over the edge, and you see yourself going down like that. Okay, when you're seeing yourself over there, that's what's called dissociating. You're not in the representation. Now let's change that. Now imagine yourself that you're in the roller coaster. And you can feel the safety bars coming over your shoulders and holding on to them. Imagine gripping them there, and then the car begins to move, and you feel the chains start to clink, 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 and you start beginning to turn up, and it's raising up, and you're going further and further up, and you can see the top of the roller coaster coming up, and then it suddenly goes over the edge like that, and it kind of stops a little bit, and then suddenly it just goes whoosh. And you imagine yourself going down, and you can see everything flying past you really fast, and you can feel the movement of the roller coaster. Right, that's associated. There's kind of a difference, isn't there, when you think about it in that way. So there's a world of difference between when you think about something associated to when you think about something dissociated. So as a rule of thumb, if you want to increase the intensity of any experience, get the client or yourself to associate fully into that representation. So with a motivational picture, have them fully associate. Whatever it is, something compelling. So again, if you're using the example of chocolate, imagine what they would actually see if they were there, right there with that chocolate bar right in front of them. And it may be right in front of their face like that. And you might want to make the image kind of bigger and brighter, really intensify it. This is where you start using your language and your tonality and your non-verbal communication to turn up those feelings. So they've got this fully associated image in front of them, and you want to kind of see a little bit of drool coming down their lip. You really want to intensify it. So that's the first step, right? Then you kind of put that picture aside for a second. Then you want to get the task picture. So whatever it is you want to be motivated or compelled to do. Now, this is different. Now we want to have this image dissociated. Now, you might be thinking, hang on a minute, this is something I want to do. Surely I want to feel good about that. Surely I should have that associated. No, you want to have it dissociated. The reason being is if it's dissociated and it's something you are looking towards doing, then your brain is far more likely to want you to take action on it. If you're fully associated in something you want to do, then the brain's going to go, well, you're already doing it. You know, you already got that. So you want to get this image dissociated. Rule of thumb in NLP, present state associated, desire state dissociated. So get the task picture. So whatever it is you want to compel yourself to do or to motivate yourself to do, like maybe it's to create YouTube videos, maybe it's to go jogging or running. So have this image of yourself, see yourself out there doing that particular behavior, whatever it is. So this picture has got to be dissociated, and make sure it's something that you are congruent, that you want or need to do. Because, yeah, this is a really powerful technique, and if you compel yourself to do something you really want to do, you've got another problem. So make sure it's something you congruently want to do, which step 3 comes in, and that's of ecology. And in NLP, ecology means you're just checking with the person, is this okay for you to do? Is there any other part of you? Is this okay with every part of you for you to do this? So you're going to ask them, is this okay? You know, will this be okay? How will this have repercussions in your life? Will this be fitting with everything else? So make sure you've checked the ecology. Then what we're going to do is we're going to use what's called an iris pattern. You might be thinking, what is an iris pattern? Well, here's the thing. You know, like on a camera lens, in the old-fashioned cameras, where you could increase or decrease the size of the circle, and like if you remember the James Bond intro, you've got that iris that comes out and he walks through the middle of it. That's an iris pattern. So what we're going to do is we're going to create a small little iris, and then we're going to expand it really big, and then we're going to close it down. So this is what we're going to be doing. So first of all, we see the task picture. right in front of us. So the task picture's right there. Remember, this is dissociated, and we're going to have the motivation picture directly behind it. Okay? Then we're going to imagine an iris right in the middle of the task picture open up really quickly, so that as it opens up, suddenly you get this feel, this compulsion, because you're now seeing behind that the thing that you're compulsed to do, like maybe the chocolate or whatever. Suddenly this iris pattern opens up and you feel these feelings, these really compelling feelings, the drooling feelings, the motivational feelings. And then what you do is you close down the iris only as quickly as you can maintain that feeling as you look now at the task picture. So let me draw that out. So here you are, here's the client. And you're looking this way. You've got the task picture here. Then behind it, you've got the compelling picture. Okay, the chocolate. Then you're going to open up in the middle of this task picture, this iris pattern. So this hole opens up, and then you can see the thing that you are compelled about through that picture. You get the kinesthetic, you get the feeling of compulsion, and then you close it down only as quickly as you can maintain that feeling of compulsion. And now you maintain that feeling of compulsion as you look at the task picture. Okay, then you want to condition that in. So you do that 3, 4, 5 times. And when you're done is when you look at this task picture, you get that same drool down the corner of your lip because it's something you really, really want to do. So this is a fantastic technique. It works really, really well at helping people change behaviors, particularly if they want to be motivated to do something, if they're going through procrastination or something like that. But it's particularly useful for you as a therapist because you can overcome some of the hesitation that maybe you've had in the past to do those things you need to do. So whether that be doing your taxes or creating YouTube videos or posting content on Facebook, whatever it is, this is such a powerful, powerful technique that you can use yourself because you don't need another therapist to do this. You can do this by yourself. But the key is making sure this compelling picture is really, really powerful. And then opening up this iris only as quickly as you can, build this feeling of compulsion, and then closing it down only as quickly as you can maintain this feeling of compulsion. So go ahead, have some fun with this. This is a great, great technique. Use humor in your sessions, get the clients laughing. You will find this technique is so, so powerful at helping people make changes. So if you like the content, please like and subscribe because I'm posting more videos all the time, helping you to be a better therapist. So please like and subscribe, and I hope to see you soon.